What up, y'all?
What's good, everybody? Wait for some people to come in, but shoot, hopefully somebody do come in.
I mean, y'all ain't doing nothing else.
Yeah, this is our first time on live.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna start doing live more just because we like interaction with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's different than coming out with videos, but I think people like the one-on-one interaction. So hopefully more people come on, but until then, I guess we'll just start talking about what's been going on and really start the discussion. So first off, we all know about the coronavirus. Everybody going crazy, For me personally, I went to the store and I walked past the tissue section, like the paper towel section, and everything was gone. I was earlier last week. That's when things were like really building up. And I was like, man, like it's getting really bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting real crazy. Like I seen it on social media, but it was like, I didn't know it was to that extent to where it hit where we live, to where it was getting that serious. I'm like, man, people really out here buying all this tissue.
Tissue.
Right.
Please, somebody.
Tissue.
Comment and tell me, what's the tissue for? What is it for? Please tell me what's for. Y'all gonna be using the bathroom that much?
Yeah, that's
that
true.
like, dang,
but look, I don't really judge people when I see out the tissue though, because you don't really know what they're getting it for.
I know that's what
they could be getting it for like other people, help others.
Like, you getting tissue? Yeah, I'm getting tissue. Then all these people started getting tissue. So then it was like the tissue effect. It's like the butterfly effect.
No,
tissue.
You just don't know, because still, like some people might be donating to like less fortunate people, helping them get tissue or getting extra foods just so they can help them out. Right? They just
they're being greedy. I don't think nobody going around saying, "Here, let me loan you some tissue." I don't think nobody.
You don't loan tissue.
Give you some tissue.
Talking about loan some tissue.
You know exactly what I meant. Not loaned it. Anybody loaning no tissue, but
nah. I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do. They got money.
Some people buying stuff and ain't got money for it. They buy unnecessary stuff.
Look, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But look,
he's saying you gotta do what you gotta do. But low key, our fridge kind of still empty. We need some more food.
The fridge is not empty at all.
Kinda is.
It really isn't.
It kinda is. I don't got no meats.
We do have meat.
Barely any.
Show them my fridge right now.
If they were saying that we're supposed to shut down for a month right now.
We have food for a month. You just picky. She's picky. She's really picky.
The way he eat, come on, food for a month.
I'm good.
We gonna be rationing his egg. Eat this one egg. You better not be hungry for the next.
I literally just went shopping like yesterday.
And the day before that,
exactly.
Got enough.
We do have enough.
Okay.
Our fridge it's just not stuffed, but maybe because I organize everything, so it looks nice and neat.
See, our freezer has a lot of stuff.
Exactly. That's where all the meat is.
Nah,
talking about you can't eat without meats.
You can't.
You can.
Well, you can, but we don't got no salad. You didn't get my salad when I told you to get the salad.
So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So it's getting pretty crazy out here. A lot of people scared, but I don't know.
I ain't scared.
Yeah, we're really not scared though, because you shouldn't be scared. So.
I'm just upset y'all taking all the food. Dang, all the stuff.
Not too scared, but I think everybody just needs to realize that it's really in God's control. And you just really gotta stay focused on really what He wants you to do. You can't really focus on like the news. You can't focus on the media or what everybody else is saying. Because once you start focusing on that, then you start getting like super scared.
Yeah.
And that's when everybody start freaking out. For
real with the grilled cheese. It's funny because she mentioned grilled cheese. I didn't even tell her about the grilled cheese. Remember, I just literally had to go to the store. I was like, get some bread so I can make some grilled cheese and some tomato soup. He was like, ain't no bread. I was like, oh my goodness. Like
some bread at Strack.
Some at Strack. Y'all go. If y'all want some bread, go to Strack. Right? Still, that's where you got it from?
Yep.
Well, there you have it. If you want some bread, look for some bread, go to Strack. But yes, I was literally just talking about some grilled cheese because I have a taste for grilled cheese and tomato soup this week. And I'm definitely going to make that because we found bread. But you can continue. What were you saying?
No, go ahead. you just go ahead.
Outside of grilled cheese, it was like funny because I didn't tell her about grilled cheese, and she brought it up. And grilled cheese definitely a hit.
I'm gonna take the mic. Woo, go ahead.
Okay, well, let me tell y'all about the grilled cheese. Anyways,
you took the mic out my mouth.
But anyways, I don't know how many you got on here. I got 2 people. 1. Okay. Only 2 people. Okay. So, how has this whole thing affected y'all at work?
There's only one person on here. You talking about y'all?
Because if somebody comes back later, they can comment.
Jessica, the only person on here. She talking about something.
I'm talking.
How it affect y'all?
You are so petty. Like, what if somebody comes in later on after we post it?
We appreciate the support, Jessica.
Yes, I do.
Appreciate it. But just as we
got 2 people.
As
now,
I was saying,
3 people. Now I can say y'all. How is this affecting y'all jobs? Are you gonna continue with what you saying now?
I might as well.
Might as well. Go ahead. Hit the mic back.
Hey, no, I was just saying, like, people shouldn't be scared though. Like, just don't indulge in the media. Don't indulge in the news, because once you start doing that, then you become like super fearful of the corona. Then you start like making decisions based off of your emotions. Start buying a bunch of things. And you start being scared about going out. Like, if you got to go out, go out. You just have to be like cautious. Yeah, just be cautious. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful, because you can like draw stuff to yourself by being fearful. So you don't want to like start indulging in fear, because that's what I see a lot of people doing. And honestly, that's the reason why it's such a big thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously people are dying. Like in China, it was way worse than it is like in the US. But as far as like over here, we got a couple cases, well, more than a couple cases. We do have cases, but it's not as bad as people are making it seem. So that's the main difference. So when you start acting out of emotional stuff, what do you say? Yo, just imagine that. What y'all know about traveling, because I'm in Mexico right now. Ooh, you in Mexico right now, my boy?
You better catch that flight back.
Like, bro, I'm gonna pray for you, all right?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but as far as like traveling, I know the airports, they were they canceled a lot of flights. Well, they didn't cancel, but it was like postponed.
Delayed.
Yeah, it was delayed.
Well, first of all, TSA is like, I think they're doing health screening as well. Yeah. So that's like making things taking so long to even get on a plane. And
yeah, so flying could be we haven't flown. Obviously, we planned on it in the future, but like as far as now, from what I heard, like it was really complicated because they're like really cracking down, so people aren't state for state or going for traveling, just so they don't want you guys to spread like the corona or whatever. Not you guys specifically, but
I mean, you can be a carrier and not have it, because it's not most people that are carrying corona. That I believe that
a lot of people probably had it and didn't even know, because it's just like flu-like symptoms. That's all.
And the most people that are dying from it are the older people and people with bad immune systems.
All right.
So it's like, if you are an overall healthy person, I believe you're pretty safe. But right now, I don't know what everything that's been said, but I don't know. Trump's talking about.
That's not terrible.
My bad. I want the tape it up. Talking about not allowing people to leave or come in. Well, right now I think it's come into the U.S. Come back in. I'm not trying to scare nobody or nothing, though. But you just got to be cautious, like, around this time. I know it's really good time. Like, I was looking at flights and stuff. Me and Jessica, we was looking at flights, like, round trip, Vegas, $89. Nah. I would definitely want to take advantage of that. Like, let's go somewhere.
Yeah, but before that, I definitely recommend like looking where you're going.
Yeah.
Like if it's like an outbreak where you're trying to travel or the area you're going in, then I wouldn't recommend traveling. Now you shouldn't be fearful, but you got to use wisdom as well.
Yeah.
So we not scared, but I'm not just about to, you know what I'm saying, not wash my hands or not sanitize. I'm gonna still use wisdom with everything I do. If I want to travel somewhere, I'm gonna do research to see, okay, is there an outbreak out there, whatever.
But right now, you can't you don't know where the outbreaks are.
The reported outbreaks.
Yeah, reported outbreaks, but by the time it's reported, it's too late. They already shutting it down.
I mean, we're
like San Diego right now. I think they said they're going on a 24-hour,
Yeah, and then upon that, honestly, I wouldn't even recommend traveling.
Outside of the U.S., of course.
No,
right
now.
Like, I mean, if I was to travel
from state to state, unless you're driving.
I would say driving.
Don't take a plane because you don't know.
Unless you can.
No, because look, you don't know how bad it's gonna get. So say you go somewhere and they shut the place down, then you can't leave.
You can't because they got rental cars. You just gonna have to pay more money.
If you fly somewhere, if you fly to California, how you getting back?
I'm gonna drive back if they say I can't get no plane.
Anyway,
I'm not driving back.
You driving from Indiana to California?
Yes. If I want to get home, I will make that trip. If they say you got to be stuck here, but give me a rental, sign me up. I'm gonna pay that. You not you will stay in California and pay for a hotel each night.
Just be realistic though.
I am being realistic.
The majority is not going to do that. So I'm saying
most people not even thinking about that.
I'm saying, look, if you're taking a flight somewhere, if you're taking an airplane, I recommend that you don't do it because, like I said, they could shut the airport down or they could shut down the city, and then you'll be stuck over there.
They got trains. They got
They
got boats.
It would be complicated. That's complicated.
Not a rental car. If
you will run into complications. So instead of
this is my recommendation. He's saying don't go nowhere. This is my recommendation. If you're gonna go somewhere and you're gonna fly there, I recommend that you have your rental car booked ahead of time. Your rental car, you're gonna have it while you're already there. So if they say we about to shut down, then you instantly beep beep, you off, and you can drop your rental car off at wherever you're going.
Look, okay, that's your advice, but my advice would be: look, keep it simple. Why would you even risk putting yourself in that situation where you could prevent it?
Yeah, you can prevent.
So you can do all that. Well, I'm gonna be at the crib chilling. I gotta drive. You know what I'm saying? I gotta drive 17. How far is it from California?
Like 30 hours.
All right, you gonna be driving for more than a day. Come on,
I can take a break.
No.
Gas prices low right now.
What's up?
Hey, Alexandria.
So yeah, nah. That's wisdom.
Dang. See, she off work all the way until April 1st.
Damn. So yeah, but that would be wisdom, though. If you know you will run into a lot of complications. Now, if you have to travel, then that's different.
See,
but if you just going, I want to visit, then why would you set yourself up to have to do all that stuff? It's like it's too much complications. Like if I had to go over there for like an emergency, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But if it's unnecessary, then it would be wise to just stay. It's not that serious. It would be wise.
Right. Be very wise. But like, if you already have something planned and you got a rental.
Ain't that serious. So another thing, they said it's airborne. So people got to keep that in mind. Like you could be in your house and get it. So that's why, like as Christians, you got to stay prayed up. You know, that's why we believe, you know, you got to pray, you got to be close to God because like they said, it's airborne. So it can seep through whatever. You can open the door and come in, sleep, you know what I'm saying?
Sleep.
So that's why you really got to stay prayed up. Yeah, sleep.
And they be saying, don't be out here sleeping. Now you go, you'll be sleeping. Then you go.
So you really got to stay prayed up, though. For real, though, on a serious note, though, you got to stay prayed up because, because the battle is not physical, it's spiritual. I posted on Facebook earlier, it's spiritual. So you may not see it, but in the spiritual realms, it's a lot going on. So when you praying, man, you praying that God protect you and that God covers you, you good. You know, and also he gives you wisdom as well.
Yeah.
You don't just pray and it's like, okay. Like he will speak to you, he will give you wisdom, he will give you instructions and unctions to do or what not to do. So something as simple as, okay, Jermaine, I don't want you to go work out today, you know. And I may not be like, why? No, I've been working out. Why wouldn't I go work out? But it may be something that I don't know about that he wants to prevent from happening.
Yep.
So we got to stay close to God and follow those instructions because he knows what's best, you know. So that's a smart thing as well.
I think even when all this is over with, I think this is like the time to be tested to follow God's instructions. If he tell you not to go there, don't go there.
That's true.
Because right now everybody want to listen to like, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that. Why y'all ain't do that before when God was telling you not to? Now all this craziness going on, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be cautious. God, let me hear from you. Let me do this. We need to do that every day, before the corona, after the corona, when the corona annual year come around, anything, everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And another thing is like, I was already here, supposedly yesterday, but told it not a lot of people though.
See, they're not a lot of people. See, that's crazy. See, airports were closed.
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy, bro. So I hope things work out for you. I have to pray for you. That's crazy, though.
They're not even. They're not.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's why it's just.
They won't let you get a rental to cross the border.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You was already there, but just in general, that's why I'm saying, like, for anybody who planned on traveling, like I would just, if you didn't have to, I would just stay home or in your area. If you don't have to go out of state or out of the U.S., well, I don't think you can go out the U.S. obviously.
You can go out.
So, well, to certain places you can.
Yeah, certain places.
So, I just recommend just staying put because obviously it will get worse before it gets better. So
this is family time. This is like getting to know yourself time, I believe. Like time where you got to do self-reflections. Everybody always on social media and all this stuff. Like people going, I believe, like over this time, social media is just going to like
about to blow up.
It's gonna blow up. At the same time, people just be. Everybody's gonna be like over it. Like I'm tired of looking at social media. I feel like you don't want to do things with family and like friends and like that's what I like. Because you know when you do too much of something, you just like okay, I need a break from it. But now it's like
there's a lot of opportunity though as well.
It is
as far as like everybody being at home and a lot of opportunity. So yeah, and then before that, what I was saying about like God and everything, I was going to say that. Another thing I noticed is that, well, I feel is that this is like really making or breaking people. So basically, it's really showing where your relationship with God is. You know, you got people acting super scared, fearful, doing all this crazy stuff, and it's like, man, like you could clearly see where your relationship with God is. If you have a strong relationship, then you will have a peace that surpasses all understanding. You're going to know that you're good. You may, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying fear may not try to attack you because you may get that temptation where you try to be scared. But God, if you stay close to God, do what you need to do, He's going to calm you down. He's going to give you a peace like, I got you, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, just abide in me. I got you covered. So it's just really showing where your relationship is. Because, I mean, if you're in fear, like the word says, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and sound mind. So fear is not from Him. And that's where like most of this chaos is coming from. It's coming from fear. So, but yeah. So that's another big thing. And then what was you saying about the what was you saying after that? You was talking about being at home, stay at home.
Oh, with your family and like
self-reflections
and time to evaluate. Like it's like the beginning of the year still, and people are gonna have to be at home. So think of your visions, some businesses you want to open, some things you want to do through the summer to the end of the year. Like it's so much you can do for the rest of the year that Corona only gonna affect. It's like March Madness. Like it's literally March Madness and we can't even watch the games. But like think of this as a time where you can like look at yourself deep inside, build your relationship with God, build your relationship with your kids and your family, and like think of things you want to do for the rest of the year. Because like everybody's like, oh my goodness, 2020 is starting off crazy. But what if 2020 is just starting off like this just so that you can build a foundation? Because because everybody's too busy like going day to day, and now it's like something just hit. So now it's like, okay, usually when something hit you, you like, oh, I need to reflect on my life.
Damn.
The U.S., the world, everyone just need to reflect. Take this time to reflect on your life to see what you need to do tomorrow, the next day, and in the future. Because you can't change what has already happened in the past. You can only continue to move forward. So I know that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to see what I like. Everybody, okay. Ooh, this is even a good one because I know people set their 2020 goals in the beginning of the year, but then like they say March is when it starts to fade away. Like everybody good usually January and February, like dipping in and out. In March, you completely gone. If you ain't consistent in March, then it's completely gone. But now it's like you got another chance to make 2020 right. Like 2020 starting all over in March. And now you can set things, you can get your money straight. Like I know people are like, oh, I got all these bills and stuff. But look it, they pausing people's bills. They doing all type of stuff. And don't you go out there and be like, oh, now I ain't gotta pay this bill. I can go buy me these shoes. I can go buy me these clothes. Because definitely I was so thinking that when I was like, oh, I can definitely buy me some good cute fits for the summertime. I was like, no. Let me self-reflect again.
It's discipline, man.
It is, because if you don't have discipline right now and all this stuff is going on, like it's so many opportunities just being handed to people now. And it's like they too busy panicking and then oversee like, here you go. It's like you too busy paying attention to sound behind you and somebody's like, here you go, let me take care of this for you, and you just not paying them attention.
Yeah, see that's another thing. Like
it's so crazy.
Even though when things happen, like God works it out. I addressed it out there. Even though things happen, like God, He works things out for his people,
Mm-hmm.
for the good of them. So basically, even though all this is happening, you got to have an optimistic mindset. You can't look at it in a negative way. You got to look at it as you have to look at it as, okay, God is working things out for my good. It's a lot of opportunity out here, like she's saying, the stock market, things are on sale. They're pausing interest rates they're doing like a lot of different things. So it's like give you time to really focus up, to balance yourself, to balance your, and you could get things for a lesser price. So it's a lot of opportunity. You really have to do your research, and with prayer, once again, like once you're in prayer, like God will like lead you to certain things.
Even fasting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good time to fast too, y'all. 3 weeks. Okay, think of this. Like
3 weeks fasting.
Huh? People did 21 days. They got 21-day fasting. You can set your own fasting dates like right now. Because if you think about it, if you got to fast, first of all, you can hold food that you got. It'll be less tempting because all those restaurants, you know those lines gonna be crazy because inside not open, so everybody going through the drive-thru. So you're gonna be like, okay, this is a good time that I can do a little fast. You can do a 3-day fast, you can do a little week fast, like you can do a fast. And it won't be as hard to do because you're not gonna be busy. So you can just take that time and, like I said, reflect. It's like like now that I'm talking some more, I see so many opportunities just like allowing you to do so much during this time. And it's a good, and it's like, yeah. She said my prom might be canceled. I indicate what I'm gonna do for my graduation. Yes, I saw someone's graduation was canceled. They're graduating college. I was like, man, that's kind of hard.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
It's gonna be a good story to tell your kids.
Yeah. Well, I hope they let like the people that got their prom dress, hopefully they return them.
Yeah, it is crazy though.
But if you think about it, like
y'all gonna have to do something innovative. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all better do a cyber prom.
All right.
They got cyber stuff. Like I wouldn't
skater rink or something.
Yeah, because they said it's like 10 people or less in the house. Like I mean, not in the house, like gatherings.
Oh, they said you shouldn't. They recommend not gathering more than more than 10 people, right?
Yeah.
What if your house got more than 10 people?
I was thinking about that. What if you live in an apartment building?
Ooh.
What
if you got like 10 brothers and sisters and y'all live in one house? Somebody gotta go.
Right? Okay, hold on. Because they say don't gather more than 10, but does it matter the square footage?
10 people. That's all that matters.
I know, but does it matter the square footage? Like 10 people per this amount of square feet.
You get too detailed.
Hey, you gotta be detailed. It do make sense because we live in a house like this, and what if the people right here like they consider that?
But it's airborne though, so they could. So yeah, I don't know, but
oh, what about like for the prom thing? They can't like try to do it like over the summer. Some people talking about some.
I wouldn't be mad if I was in high school.
I would if it was my senior year.
All right, sure. Yeah,
some people. I say, oh, this girl went to high school.
I wouldn't be mad if it was like during the end, like we was basically done.
Yeah, this girl I went to high school with. I know she been playing softball her whole life, and she came and finished her season. You know how mad I would be if I was in the middle of my season.
But y'all gotta realize with all this stuff happening, like with the corona and all the stuff that's been happening in 2020, like you gotta realize the times we live in. You know what I'm saying? It's getting real serious. Well, it's been serious to be honest. But you have to realize like we living in the last days. So with that being said, I know you hear like Christians say that a lot, like, oh, we living in the last days, Jesus coming back. But you really have to like wake up and realize, okay, like we really living in the last days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a new decade for number one.
Beginning of the last days.
And it's just the beginning of the last days.
Yeah.
Hi ZNJ. Hey. So yeah, it's just the beginning of 2020. You have to realize all this stuff is happening. So all this stuff is not by accident. It's symbolic. And I was like, for the body of Christ, speaking to believers specifically, like it's a lot of opportunities. And I can even say this for people like I said, like for believers, like you got to realize it's a harvest out there. Meaning that before even the coronavirus happened, this guy prophesied a long time ago that when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, that it will mark he said something like the greatest. What did he say? He said like the greatest revival or something like that. But anyways, he said that like in 2000 and something, and the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, and it's crazy. So with that being said, after that happened, like a month, was like 2 months later, a month or two, that was in January. This happened, and it's like all these people going crazy, and all these people are fearful. And what God showed me is like it's a harvest. So people don't know what to do. They don't know who to go to. They don't know who to believe. But you got people that are open to reaching and seeking God. People that usually aren't open to reaching and seeking God.
Not open.
So it's like for believers, what I feel like he was telling us and telling me is like we gotta rise up. We gotta open our mouth. We gotta be the people that guide them. We gotta bring them understanding. We gotta help bring down heaven on earth. Because that's what people are gonna draw. Because like I said, God works things out for our good. So even though all this bad stuff is happening, even though Corona happened, it's obviously gonna be more things that happen in the future. Trust me, this is all just the beginning, obviously. But even though there are going to be a lot of things that happen, like they must happen, and for God's and His plan,
for God to show His works too.
Right? Yeah. So he shows His light in the darkness. So just gotta be.
Y'all better have that conversation.
Mama there at the scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely understand that. So that's the
thing.
thing.
I know a lot of seniors that are staying in right now.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the
It's
thing.
important too, though.
Which having like a relationship with God, you really just gotta trust Him, like just throughout the whole thing, and gotta believe He trusts you. I mean, one thing I know is like God never failed His people. He never lost a battle. He never failed His people. And at the end of the day, He knows what's good for us. So He's not gonna put us in harm's way. So we just have to be led by Him and continue to trust in Him and not doubt, because a lot of times when things happen that are beyond our understanding, we start to doubt a lot. And it's like, man, like I don't understand what's going on. But that's why it's important to remember what God has done for you, even in the past, because when you're in doubt, you just look back to the past events and look back to what God brought you through, and then it puts you in a state of comfort. Like, okay, I remember He brought me from there when I was back then, and now I could trust in Him. Because that's what I see a lot of times. A lot of times we forget that God has been there for us. He brought us through a lot of different things. So why would He fail us now? He would never leave us nor forsake us. So just gotta stay close to Him, stay believing, stay in the community. So whether you got your church or with your family, friends, pray with them or talk to them about it. But just being with somebody who's a believer, it helps you. But when you're by yourself, it's hard. Yeah. So your faith could get real shaky. But obviously, I'm married to a believer, so it's easier. And then we're in the church community, so it's easier when you could grab on people who's believing the same thing,
but not too close.
I'm talking about too close.
Keep your distance.
Believing in the same thing, and then it'll help you get through this. So God will bring us all through. I believe He's really gonna bring a blessing in disguise through all this if we really follow Him. And the biggest thing is really prayer, man. Stay in prayer. One of my mentors went on Periscope this morning. He was saying that. He was talking about that God gave him a word that we need to pray. Like, this is the season of prayer because there's so much divine instructions going on. Like, that's what we have to realize. When a lot of things happen like this is when like intercessors are supposed to arise. Yeah. And this is when God is really strategically giving us instructions to do certain things. So I think he was on point when he said that, because I really felt that before. I really it's the time of prayer. So we gotta rise. We can't be quiet. We can't be with the majority being scared and being in hiding. We have to rise up, and we have to pray, especially if we know our faith and know where we stand and know what we're supposed to do. We have to use the authority that God has given us and open our mouths. So yeah. Anybody got any questions? Because other than that, what do you want to add? If nobody have any questions.
I already said it. A lot of reflection. I really think it's a lot. It's really time to do like a lot of reflection to see what God plan is for you. Like,
I know. I'll say for the biggest thing is I feel like everybody should pray for the. What you say? 2 things. All right. Timothy said, I think about the things I miss because God took me out of my healthy situation. It's hard to get through it. So, oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let me scroll on this.
Your job make you go to work too? My job making me go to work too. Well, they telling us if you feel like you sick, don't come to work. But if you okay, you can come to work. Well, just I know other part of the week going to work. But if you feel unsafe, first thing that I'll do, like we do every morning, anoint thyself with thy oil.
Yeah.
Seriously, anoint yourself every single time you walking out the house. Wash your hands. Because you still, even though you want to pray and everything, you still have to act on. Like you can't say, God, heal me from this, but you doing stuff like you eating hot chips every day, but you're saying heal me from what
Blood pressure.
high blood pressure. There we go. Heal me from high blood pressure, but you're eating hot chips every day. Like you have to do what it will take as well to make sure you take precaution. So if you feel unsafe, first I would talk to your supervisor if you feel comfortable with speaking to your supervisor and say, what are some things that we can do to prevent close contact, to prevent just anything, because right now I'm feeling unsafe with everything that's going on. And the other advice I would give is like not just don't be paranoid about everything, because if you are not high risk and you know that your health is pretty good, then I wouldn't say to really freak out about this coronavirus.
I'll say pray.
Yeah, pray.
I'll say the biggest thing would be prayer, because once again, like the battle's not physical, it's spiritual. So you can not be at work and still get it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're not
That's
going
true.
to, God willing, but you can still get it. So I would definitely say stay in the place of prayer, because once you stay in the place of prayer, once you put your prayer in the air and get the prayer frequencies up, you good. You just got to make sure that you're covering yourself, covering your family, even friends, people that just covering them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that would give you protection, so. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Anoint your house, anoint all your doors, anoint your windows, anoint your children, anoint yourself, your bedroom when you sleep.
Yep.
Anoint yourself, anoint your vehicles.
Yep.
Anoint yourself, cover everything connected to your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, cover all of that stuff. So
and pray detail about your health too.
Yeah, when I was talking about that, what God brought me to. Before, because I anoint my mentor, Prophet Timothy Long, a long time ago, he told me like to anoint my house like every 3 months. And this is like the 3rd month of the year, coincidentally. So I needed to re-anoint the house. And I didn't want to just go around anointing the house. I was like, okay, God, I want to say a prayer before I anoint. And then he brought me to Exodus, and then he brought me to Exodus 12 specifically. Okay, so I like when he do stuff like that, because sometimes when we hear stuff, we may start doubting, like, dang, like, was that God or was I tweaking? But yeah, I went to Exodus 12, and Exodus 12 talks about the Passover. So basically, when the death angel was going by and killing all the firstborn Egyptians, and God told his people to take the lamb's blood and to mark the side of the door and the top, so the death angel will pass by the house. So that's what I prayed before I anointed. So when you anoint your door, anoint your window, you cover your house and sanctify it. So whatever is going on, this corona will pass over.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah. So you don't got to worry. Anoint yourself as well. You cover, man. I'm telling you, cover. So that when you're in a place of prayer, when you really giving in your all, your heart, your mind, just focusing on God, you believing in him, I'm telling you, you're not going to go and touch. Especially if you're in a situation where you have to go somewhere. God is not going to, he's going to cover you. He's not going to leave you out there to dry. So yeah, so that would be the biggest thing. And then I think about the things I miss because God took me out of a healthy situation. Yeah, I could definitely understand just replying to one of the comments. Yeah. When God takes you out of a situation, you feel like you missed stuff because God took you out of a healthy situation. Yeah, that's how it be sometimes. But the thing about it is,
that's like with us, like our relationship.
Yeah, but I say the biggest thing is learning from it. So even though you may miss a lot of things or miss out during a lot of things because you may be in an unhealthy situation, God will help you learn from that thing.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing. If you don't learn from something, then you wasted time. Because I'm not going to sit here and act like everybody takes advantage of it.
Right.
Some people miss their time, and some people miss their season. Some people miss what God was trying to show them or whatever. But we have to be intentional. Okay, what can I learn from this? So we can use it for the next season. You know? So it's going to be greater. You can't really always focus on the past, but as long as you learn and give God your all, your future is going to be greater. I'm trying to think of that Bible verse.
Give God the glory of, because God's going to always get the glory out of everything you go through. So if you recognize, like, as soon as you recognize that point where, okay, this is what I went through, and now how can God get the glory out of this situation that I was in? I think once you recognize that, then you can begin to find your purpose.
Right.
And like usually, our pastor, he said, when you recognize, sometimes the hardest things you've gone through is where your purpose is found. Didn't he say that? Like some of the hardest things, like that's usually where your purpose is found. Like the hardest.
You're gonna find more adversity in the area of your purpose. That's when the devil's gonna attack you the most.
I miss bad stuff.
It was a blessing. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. She said she missed bad stuff. It was a blessing.
Oh.
Okay. Amen. Now, God protect you.
Yeah.
Because the Bible verse I was thinking, because sometimes some people get stuck on like what they miss. And it's man, it's okay. God going to take care of you. And the Bible verse I was thinking was talking about that. Our latter days will be greater than our former.
Yeah.
So that's what I always tell like older people, because sometimes they get discouraged. They have a lot of regrets. Like, man, like when I was younger, I shouldn't have done this and that. I could have been this and that. But you got to realize, like the verse, like, man,
there's no purpose in you, no matter what age you are.
This is the thing. We really have to realize that if you're still on this earth, you still have a purpose.
Yeah.
God didn't say, okay, it's your time. I don't need you anymore.
And he didn't say this is your time frame.
Right. So if you're still on this earth, there's still something for you to do.
Yeah. Like, please tell me what deadline did God give you? Because God ain't never given on me. Yeah. So I don't see no deadline running across me saying, okay, this is when you need to do this. This is when you need to do that. So as long as you have not recognized no deadline and you are not dead and you are still here, you can still fulfill your purpose. And you can still, like, if you don't know what your purpose is and you're struggling with finding your purpose, that's why you can take this time to really sit down with God, talk to God and say, okay, God, this is what I've been through. This is what I've struggled through with them. Like, it keeps coming back. Like, I don't know why this keeps going. Why do I keep dealing with this? You can say, okay, well, maybe God wants me to help other people get through this thing that I keep going through.
Right.
Like, once you heal from that, you can help other people to get through that. And that would be your purpose. Like, I think when you think of your purpose, sometimes you're thinking too hard about it. Your purpose can be literally right here. Right in between you and your Bible. Like, your purpose is right here, but you just ignoring it. Sometimes you want to ignore your purpose because you think it would be too hard for you. But that's why you got to keep on reaching out to God and say, okay, how can I get through this? How can I get my message across, and how can I reach my purpose? Because it's very important. Once you find that you know what your purpose is and you want to go towards your purpose, that's when you're going to feel so much freedom inside of you.
Yeah.
Like, so much freedom. Like all the things that felt like you was holding on to, you're going to be able to get through it because you're like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know God has me by his hands and he wants me to do this. So it's
really a journey.
It's a journey.
I don't know how I went from talking to Corona about purpose.
How? This is a Corona talk. I forgot about that.
What do you think about what's going on in France and them finding their innocence for going out in public and putting them in jail because of coronavirus? Well, as far as like in France, them finding their citizens for going out in public and putting them in jail, I think that's crazy. But I mean, it depends. Like, if the rules and regulations are clear, I feel like that's kind of on them. I mean, I feel like it could be kind of strict, but I'm saying, like, if they know not to go out,
where is this?
then it's kind of. She said in friends.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, did we find this information to be legit?
Did she find this information?
Yeah.
To be legit?
Did you find this information to be legit? That they're throwing people in France? I haven't heard about this. That's why I'm asking. Because some people can just say, "Well, over here."
I mean, France is on lockdown, so I could believe her. She's probably right because France is on lockdown. So.
Well, I think I believe they're just trying to keep everyone safe from corona. So I know it doesn't make sense to put a whole bunch of people inside of a jail because then it's like 10 or more people. It's like it's gonna crowd the jails.
They're not worried because if they are the ones, I know they might be putting them like in the. Obviously, they're not putting them with other prisoners. I'm sure they got like a separated.
You think they got? I don't know. I don't know what kind of jail they putting them in, but if they go to jail,
I doubt they put them with other prisoners because prisoners that would spread.
I know, but
they got guards and everything. That would be a whole different problem. So I doubt they're putting them with other prisoners.
I don't know. So do you know where they putting them? I don't know where they're putting them.
I highly doubt that.
I mean, there's only so much space.
But yeah, also, with their purpose, I mean, it's really a journey.
Find your purpose.
I think I was talking to somebody at church a while ago, talking about purpose. I think he said he knew his purpose or something like that. I'm like, excuse me. I feel like you can have a sense of something, but as far as like specifically your purpose, I think is going to be very, I'm not going to say complicated, but complex, meaning that God will show you things piece by piece. Like he's not going to show you a bunch of things. Like for me, I feel like God showed me a lot of different ideas. I don't even think he showed me half, but like all that stuff was just like, oh, it's so much. Like, how do you know what I'm saying? So that's why God does it by levels. So you can grasp it and understand it and do it piece by piece. And I believe the more you take it step by step, the farther you will see yourself. Like think about the most successful people, well, I guess you could say Christians specifically because I heard them say this about, they be like, man, like I didn't even expect to be here. I didn't even expect this to be that big. I hear that a lot because when they fulfill their purpose, they don't realize that. So I would say that would be the biggest thing.
Wow. So I just decided to look up what does Rona mean? Because they call it Corona, Rona. And like one of the first things that popped up was redirect on no answer. Redirect on no answer. So right now, I think that's pretty crazy. So right now, there's like no answer to how to cure this corona, right? And I think right now, like I said earlier, is to redirect and restructure like what's going on. So I just thought that was interesting for me to look up what Rona means. Redirect on no answer. So right now you might not have no answers to like what's going on, like because everybody's going crazy. So obviously nobody has no answers to this madness. But it said to redirect. It is time to redirect, y'all. Do y'all hear that? It is time to redirect. Well, who knew that Rona means to redirect on no answer? Look it up right now. Redirect on no, like it said it right here. Redirect on no answer. Y'all, that ain't God telling us to redirect when you're going to have no answers. Who do you turn to for answers? God. You turn to God when you have no answers. So it's time to redirect our lives when we have no answers. Can't believe that what means. I can't believe that what Rona means. Rona means redirect on no answers. Wow. I just got excited, y'all. Yeah, that's almost like when you was talking, I'm like, look at what Rona means. And people shorten it for Corona, people shorten it for Rona. Like this Rona is crazy. And Rona means redirect on no answer. So right now, a lot of people have no answers. No answers. You may not have no answers to what your purpose is. You may not have no answers to what your next season is. But it's time for you to redirect over these next few weeks, these next few months, however long they may be trying to prolong this. Redirect the right direction. Find God because that's where your answers are.
Because if you don't find him in this, you're going to be lost.
You're going to be lost. So many people are lost right now.
I mean, out your mind.
People don't know what to do. Everybody's just like, okay, when you are panicking and you don't know what to do, all you do is try to, like, everybody just go crazy. We try to, yes, we said the same thing in church on Sunday morning. Oh, really? Look at me, y'all. I ain't no preacher though, but you know, I'm just giving y'all things I may be hearing from God.
She flowing.
I'm flowing.
She feels the anointing.
Yeah, but you know, made me forget what I was saying.
The anointing can maybe come back.
Yes. Oh, look at redirection.
Yeah, but I think that's another reason why we want to do conversations. You know, obviously the more we do it, then the more we'll draw more people in. But it's important to have like live discussions, because that's when the anointing flows more. When people start asking questions, then God can tug on what He put inside of us more, and things just start flowing without us having to, okay, what should we talk about? You know, so that's why it's important. God moves in conversations.
He definitely does.
So yeah. Been on 46 minutes.
Wrong that means redirect.
Yeah, so I mean, out of this conversation, just in summary, I mean, God is redirecting us to Him.
Oh, no answers.
He's redirecting people to Him. He's directing unsaved people to Him. He's really just trying to use this to draw people to Him. So, like I said, even when bad things happen, God works it out for His good. So don't be on the other side of the fence, the fearful side. Be on the side that, okay, I'm gonna draw to God. You know, I'm gonna draw to Him. I'm gonna see what He is saying. And yeah, you about to ask something?
No, you know when I do that stare, that's what I be thinking.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but I wasn't done.
Yeah, but I was just saying, draw to Him, and then allow him to lead you. And I feel like a lot of purpose is being birthed. I'm on my way to make my debut on YouTube Live. Wow, okay. Go and make it.
What's that?
She said she's on her way to debut her YouTube Live.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, our advice would be just do it. Because I mean, that's the biggest thing as far as when it comes to doing stuff like that. Sometimes you gotta take that leap of faith. And it may start out small, but eventually, you know, it'll go. It'll reach the people that God called it to reach. So yeah. I think she wants to ask something, so I'm going to let her ask something.
No, I'm just trying to figure out Jessica. She on here. She sending me these back to old videos. Anyways. Oh,
okay. Well, yeah. So other than that, if anybody got any questions, they can ask it. But other than that, we just gonna wrap this up. Okay, yeah. So we just gonna wrap this up.
Any last minute questions before we end this? Any last minute thoughts or anything like that? Gonna give y'all a few seconds. If you're typing, if you don't have anything to say, then we are going to end this.
Yep. So we will come on. I don't know. Maybe we'll probably start doing this once a week. I think I like so brother.
Zach, go to bed.
Think we'll start doing this like once a week. We might just start. Yeah, we'll start doing this like once a week, and yeah. So we'll be coming out with more videos. I'll be dropping another video Wednesday, my Wisdom Wednesday videos, and then we'll be coming out with.
Maybe I should do some Wisdom Wednesdays too. The way I just did that today.
We'll be coming out with a couples video, obviously, Thursday. So stay tuned. We appreciate you guys for watching our live. Make sure you guys share. If you guys, what's up, bro? It's my homie. Make sure you guys share this video. If you're just coming on, you can watch the replay, and we'll be coming back on next week. So we appreciate it. And stay blessed. Oh yeah, the God, we just ask that you cover the people watching. We ask that you cover them through this coronavirus, even through this discussion, and even them being connected with us and watching this video. We just pray that you cover them with your blood, cover their family, their friends, and we just pray for great health. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, stay blessed, everybody.
Stay blessed, everyone.